Now, I don't know much about that permissive parenting, gentle parenting, but that's not my style of parenting. Now, of course, discipline does not always mean whoopings, but if it's needed, it's going to be given. My child is not going to be running through Walmart screaming at the top of their lungs because they can't get a toy while I'm standing at the car saying, "No, Bubba, I'm sorry. You can't have that. I know you're upset." No. I'm going to discipline you. When we go to people's houses, you're not going to be running and jumping on their couch and going in their refrigerator. When grown folks are talking, you're not going to be sitting in our faces in our conversation. I had a lady in my comments tell me that we only discipline our children because we want them to fear us. And then she proceeded to say that disciplining a child is picking on someone smaller than you that's harmless and they can't defend themselves. What? And I'm not trying to tell anybody else how to be a parent. However you choose your style of parenting, that is completely up to you. However you choose to run your household, so be it. But in my opinion, that permissive parenting, gentle parenting shit does not work with every child.
One thing I can tell you this: there's a lot of soft ass kids because we got soft parents. Whoop your kids, man. Discipline your kids. However you gotta discipline them, discipline. I tell you, when I grew up, bro, I feared my parents. My parents didn't play that. My aunts didn't play that. My grandparents didn't play that. There was structure and discipline all around me. A lot of these kids today is soft. A lot of these kids do whatever they want because they punking their parents. But the thing is, though, these kids feel like they can punk their parents and they feel like they can punk somebody else on the outside. But then when they run into someone that's real, that's not playing around, they can't punk nobody. But a lot of these things, when I see bad kids, I look at the parents. Oh, little Jimmy, don't do this. Oh, it's okay. He's trying to express himself. I'm going to express myself on little Jimmy if he keep playing around. But parents, we got to do better. Well, we got bad kids. We got kids acting up, cussing each other, cussing out, and acting crazy in school. It's because of the parents, man. I didn't know he was like that. Yeah, because you didn't whoop your kids. Whoop your kids, man. Discipline your kids. Tell your kids right and wrong. You are the example of the authority because you know why? When they get into the real world, who's the example of authority? The police. Why are some of these kids getting beat up by the police when they finally get old enough? It's because their parents didn't beat them. It's because their parents didn't talk to them and say, you need to understand what discipline is. I'm not saying you need to just go out there and beat your kid every single day. But if there's a problem, you need to discipline your kids. Because that's why we have bad kids today. It's because of the parents. Kids don't just come out bad. Kids come out bad when the parents ain't doing their job. You are a parent. You're not their friend. A lot of these parents want to be friends with their kids. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to correct, discipline, teach our kids. You ain't your kid's age, so stop acting like your kid and trying to be their friend. That's the problem, man. We got these soft ass parents. We got these parents. It's just crazy. Oh, it's okay. Yeah. It's okay that you curse. It's okay that you look like that. It's okay. It's because you're not telling them and whooping them and getting your point across. I'm telling you, man. It didn't say in the Bible you shouldn't whoop your kids. It says spare the rod. It's there for a reason to teach your kids discipline. We're not saying beat your kids just because that's abuse. That's different. But if your kid does something wrong and they ain't getting the message, you as a parent have the right to discipline your kids. I guarantee if parents start disciplining their kids more, you won't have problems with young adults. You won't have problems with kids when they get older. It's because they know what discipline is. They understand right and wrong. Our job as parents is to teach kids what's the difference between right and wrong. So are we doing the job? I see a lot of parents out there that's not. I see a lot of parents that just, oh, it's okay. But the only thing that you hurting is the kid. Because the kid has a false sense of reality. Oh, it's okay. If I mess up, somebody's just going to say, it's okay, keep trying. They're going to get in the wrong situation as an adult. So you got to teach them what discipline is from the jump. And let them know, I love you, I care for you, we're going to have fun. But if you get out of line, I got to discipline you. That's my job as a parent. But the crazy thing is, though, a lot of parents will look at you crazy when you take care of your kids and you make sure your kids is doing what they're supposed to do. Then you got other parents judging you. I don't care, lady. I don't care, sir. I don't care. I don't care what you think. Because I know my kids, when they get older, they're going to appreciate me. Man, my dad didn't play around, but look how I turned out today. I thank my parents on the way I turned out today. Played basketball overseas, played a little bit of NBA, got a college degree, got another college degree, got a family that's blessed. I don't have multiple wives. I don't have multiple girls. I don't have multiple kids. I would say getting disciplined by my parents was a great, great situation. I think that was great for me because I was hard-headed, but my parents disciplined me. When I grew up, bro, I didn't fear the police. I didn't fear the principal. I feared my mom and my dad. That's who I feared. The principal could talk to me, I would not care. But as soon as my parents walked in that room, shaking in my boots. Because I know they're going to whoop my ass because I got out of line. Maybe I thought when I was younger they were crazy, but as I am older and I have kids now, I appreciate that. I appreciate that 100% because why? If I didn't get that discipline, what are my options? Dead or jail? So a lot of these kids go the wrong ways because of the parents. It's because the parents want to be their friends. Stop trying to be your kids' friends. You're not their friend.
Period, point blank. This is how I feel. Kids, when they don't have any respect for the consequences that you're going to give them, they start feeling like, they can just keep breaking the rules or they don't have to listen because they're not worried about the consequences that come with their actions when they cut up. I'm going to give a perfect example. One day when I was in junior high, we were getting ready to cut school. And I remember one of my friends was like, no, I can't go because if my dad finds out, like, he's probably going to whoop my ass or he's not going to let me go to Summer's party, which was that weekend. And she really wanted to go. My other friend was like, oh, I'm going to go because even if I get caught and my mom catches me, all she's going to do is make me write an essay and think about my actions. And she started laughing. And now that I'm older and I understand that, it's like, okay, she never got whooped. And she was wild. When I tell you this girl was out of control, she was the one that was bringing the alcohol to school. She was doing all the stuff because she was not worried about none of the consequences that her mom had in place for her. And that's what I mean by all of that gentle parenting. Sometimes it just doesn't work because they don't have any respect for what is going to come. And I don't know what assumption you guys have about people who do give whoopings, but it doesn't always mean we just whoop them for every little thing.
Exactly.
Like my older kids are older now, but with Bubba, I don't just every little thing he does, oh, you're getting a whooping. No, I'm going to take his game. But if I have to constantly tell you about the same exact thing, yeah, you might get popped. And if it's too severe, you're going to get a whooping. Mm-hmm. But I'll take the phone. I've already taken the phone. But I'll take the game. I'll take, things that he likes first. You don't just jump right into whoopings. But again, when they don't have respect for the consequences, they're going to keep repeating the behavior. And another thing, I noticed that a lot of you parents in that gentle parenting community, you guys are under the assumption that people only whoop their children because we're upset or we're frustrated or we don't have patience. That is not always true. Like if it leads to Bubba getting a whooping, I also have a conversation with him after and I let him know why he got that whooping, why he can't do a certain thing or why he got in trouble and why did it lead to a whooping. I don't just whoop my kids and then that's just it. Like, I don't know what, just help me understand because right now I'm just having a hard time understanding the whole thought process that you guys have and it just, I just don't get it.
People that don't understand, that don't discipline their kids, don't understand what disciplining their kids does to their child. They think it's wrong. They think it's you just whooping them just because you just whooping them. That's called abuse. We're not talking about abusing our kids. We're talking about disciplining our kids. Obviously, there's steps to this. I told you the first time. If I keep telling you something, now I got to go to a different method of discipline because obviously you're not understanding what I'm saying when I told you. So that's what whoopings come into place. I just don't get it. A lot of these parents are soft, man. Why did you have a kid? These are the kids that you put into society. It's because you think that you talking to them and saying things nicely is going to make your kid good. It's okay to talk to them on the first time. But if you have to say the same thing over and over and over again, obviously talking is not working. So what should you do? The next level. Get the consequence through their head. But once again, your kids have to fear the consequence. The kids don't need to fear you. They need to fear the consequence of what's going to happen if I do this. There's severe punishment. There's some things that you should do, automatic whooping. There's things that you do, hey, we're going to talk about it. But every time, no, I remember getting whoopings, there's an education factor after. Why? What happened? What did you do? What do you need to do better? But parents, you got to stop trying to be your kid's friend, man. You got to start disciplining your kids. There's no way your kids should be walking around cursing. There's no way your kids shouldn't say yes sir, yes ma'am. There's no way that your kids shouldn't respect people. You know what the crazy part is, man? So, well, my kids, man, I got great kids because they have great parents that don't play around. My wife and I, we don't play around. Mainly, I don't play around, but my wife she don't play around either, right? You know what's crazy? How you know that whoopings work? Parent-teacher conference. Your child is a delight. We love your child. Your child is an angel. Your child does everything they need to do. They do their work. They're respectful. They help. Why do you think that's so? It's because they know if I get a bad report, it's going down. If you being disrespectful, it's going down. If you acting a fool, it's going down. So when the teachers say that, I look at my wife, and my wife be like, because the father don't play around. That's the reason why the father needs to be in the house. That's the reason why the mother needs to be aligned with the father. It's because you need to be a united front with these kids. You can't be divided. You get a whooping, you can't go to mommy to save you. If your mom whooping you, you can't go to daddy to save you. We a united front. A lot of y'all parents be different. One parent can do whippings and one parent will scold the other parent for whoopings. That's not a united front. And your kids see that. So this is why I tell y'all, whoop your kids if they get out of line. Your job as a parent is to put them back in line. If you're scared to do that, then don't have kids. Because you're the one molding the next generation. But we're not saying abuse. So don't get from this conversation, I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about disciplining your kids in whatever way is effective. But the most effective way is whooping your kids. But yes, you could take things from them. You can have them write essays. If that works, that works. But if it doesn't work, what do you need to do? Whoop your kids. Discipline your kids. Check your kids. You and your wife or you and your husband need to be a united front. We are together. But y'all got to stop trying to be y'all kids' friends. That's what I see a lot of. I see a lot of parents out there trying to be, this is my friend. We're besties. That's not how this shit works. I'm not my mom's best friend. When I was growing up, I probably didn't like her like that because I kept getting whoopings because I was hard-headed. But I respect it and I understand now as a parent why I needed those whoopings. Because I didn't never been to jail. I got degrees. I got a nice family. I've been to a lot of places in the world. I don't credit that to me. I credit it to my parents because they kept me in line. I didn't join gangs. I never sold drugs. I credit that to my parents because they kept me in line. So if you want your kid in line and you want your kid to be successful, it starts with you as a parent.